In a quiet seaside town, where the waves whispered against weathered docks and gulls cried above the rooftops, there lived a young potter named Levin. Every morning, as the sun climbed above the horizon, Levin would watch other craftsmen setting up their stalls. Their shelves gleamed with perfect ceramics, symmetrical, polished, flawless. Levin's own pots were different. Some tilted slightly to one side. Others had tiny cracks that caught the morning light. Each piece seemed to tell a story. But Levin didn't see beauty, only flaws. He often sighed, "Why can't my work look like theirs?" The marketplace became his mirror, and every glance at someone else's success chipped away a little more of his peace. Weeks turned into months. The more Levin compared, the heavier his heart grew. He began copying the others, their shapes, their glazes, their patterns. He worked late into the night, his fingers aching, his breath short with frustration. Yet every morning, the same thought returned: I'm still not good enough. His mentor, old Marin, noticed. She was a gray-haired woman who had once been the most celebrated potter in the region but had long retired. One evening, she stopped by his workshop and said gently, "You're shaping clay with envy, not with soul, and envy leaves cracks deeper than fire." Levin frowned. "But how else can I improve? Everyone's better than me." Marin smiled. "Perhaps, but if you chase their rhythm, you'll lose your own." That night, unable to sleep, Levin wandered to the river that ran beyond the town. The moon rippled across its surface like a silver thread. He picked up a smooth pebble and tossed it into the water. Rings of ripples spread outward, one after another, each moving at its own pace, fading softly into the dark. And then something inside him clicked. The river didn't compare its ripples. The small ones, the large ones, each reached the shore in time. The moon didn't compare its reflection to the stars. The wind didn't compete with the tide. Everything simply was. Levin whispered, almost to himself, "Maybe I'm not behind, maybe I'm just on my way." The next morning, Levin returned to his wheel. He didn't rush. He didn't measure his progress against others. Instead, he listened to the rhythm of his hands, the soft spin of the wheel, the breath between movements. Days passed. The pots began to change, not because they were more perfect, but because they were more alive. Each piece held fingerprints, slight bends, and traces of his own rhythm. When the next market day arrived, he displayed his work proudly. People paused not to admire perfection, but to feel warmth. A traveler picked up one of his uneven bowls and smiled. "This feels honest." Levin finally smiled too. For the first time, he wasn't trying to prove. He was simply expressing. Weeks later, old Marin visited again. She ran her fingers over a vase, uneven but graceful. "Do you see now?" she asked. Levin nodded. "I used to think success was being better than others. Now I know it's being true to what I create." Marin's eyes softened. "That's the first step to peace, when you stop counting steps." The two of them stood by the doorway, watching the sun rise over the ocean. The waves moved as they always had, each one different, each one complete. Comparison is the thief of your rhythm. Your path doesn't need to match another's timeline. Growth has no competition. It only asks for honesty. If this story reminded you of something in your own life, let it rest in your heart tonight. Don't rush to be someone else's version of success. The tide always comes in at its own time. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, leave a like and join us for the next tale.